Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Think Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I wake up, the reason I smile.
But the secret is you got to coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. So you got to coordinate.
Which one of these competitors will be victorious on this episode of Think Different TV's Player Pass? Find out by tuning in Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. Say hello to America's new favorite game show, Think Different TV's Play or Pass. Get ready to experience trivia like never before. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you play the game. Join our charismatic host Bubbles every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the most exhilarating trivia battles on television. As we wrap up our incredible first season, we're gearing up for an even more exciting season 2 in 2025. We're looking for sharp minds and strategic thinkers to join us for one-on-one duels, thrilling team battles, and high-energy tournaments for high school and college students. Think you've got what it takes to outsmart the competition? Prove it! Become a contestant by calling 267-225-1824 or emailing lashiastar2@gmail.com.
Go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Hey, you're watching my mommy on Think Different TV.
Hey, y'all. What's up? Welcome to another episode of Think Different TV, where minds meet. I'm your host, Lashia. How have you guys been? It's been a rough week for me. Last week, twice in 1 week. If you already been following, y'all know I'm a real big Eagles fan, and it crushed my soul to see them lose twice in 1 week. Oh my gosh. Uh, What's even worse is that I knew that one of them would happen, and just I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, but pray for my birds, pray for my birds. And then they talking about the person we just signed is now retiring. Like, what is going on this season? I can't take no more bad news. I'm like, please don't bring me no bad news. Because this is so upsetting. But we're gonna rock out regardless, because that's what we do here in Philly. I mean, it's been a lot of changes, and apparently, and I'm from Philly. I just want to remind all of you guys who, are watching the show, that I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised. Okay, and they are turning Power 99, which is one of our stations that we have here in Philly. They got rid of one of our morning shows, which talked about local news and everything like that, and they're replacing it with the Breakfast Club. So there's been a lot of things going on, a lot of switching going on. So it's been a little chaotic here. And it's like, are they just trying to create this environment around us that's like survival of the fittest? It's crazy. But anyway, to continue on, I just need to get a check on the sound. My right hand man, Chivalafar, is in the building. He said, "Welcome to another episode of Think Different TV." We also have some other people in the audience tonight. He also put up hashtag TDTV and the brain, the TV, and the 2 exclamation points, which is our logo. We're just running through this really quickly. We got Sincere in the building. What's up, Sincere? Nature, the art of God. Follows me on Instagram. I follow him back. Thank you so much. He said, "My favorite creator. Keep up the good work, sister." I appreciate you for tuning in tonight to Think Different TV. We also have who else? We got Bill in the building. What's up, Bill? Hey. He already know the vibes. He already done left Philly. So he already done left Philly, so he already know the vibes. But I have a very special show lined up for you guys tonight. We have a very interesting topic that's going along with our AI series. And but before we even jump into that, because I do have some special guests in the building too. All right. So we got to give some love to our sponsor, Euphoria Water, the cleanest, healthiest water in Philadelphia. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives, none of that funny stuff in it. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG at Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. All right. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and you want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, contact Captain at 267-707-8279. All right. Now, he's been our A1 Day One sponsor from when Think Different TV was an IG show to now a network and a brand. And on the network, we have several shows, and we're going to run through them really quickly. We got In My Opinion with Think Different TV's Lashia every Sunday, 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on It's Yours Radio, hosted by my bros Donnie O and Beck on Live 97.5 FM in Salisbury, Maryland. But if you want to listen in and you're not from Salisbury, you can always go to www.live975.com and tune into the shenanigans, because celebrities, we're never going to run out of news when celebrities are doing the most. All right. This past week, we talked about Aisha Curry and her comments about her marriage. And we also talked about Judge Greg Mathis trying to save his. So if you want to see that, you want to listen to it, we do repost the replay on our Think Different TV YouTube channel under the playlist, In My Opinion with Think Different TV's Lashia. Now, if you hear some shouting in the background, don't pay it no mind. I'm on mommy duty tonight. And this little one is going to be 10 in 6 more days. So he's not so little no more. I can't take it. But anyway, moving on, guys. We have Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the Think Different TV YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram. Now, listen, if you're listening in on Instagram and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is a dope show and I'm commenting and she's ignoring me. No, that is not what I'm doing. I can't see your comments. So if you want me to see you and hear you, you want to be seen and heard, come right on over to YouTube, because listen, there's always a party over here and I can see your comments and I can say them display them on the screen, interact with them, all that great stuff. So I just want to let y'all know I'm not ignoring y'all. It's just I can't see y'all. It's totally different. All right. So just come right on over to YouTube. That way you can be seen and heard. But if you're good with being at Instagram, I appreciate the view. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to actually just thank everybody that's been rocking out with me since the beginning of Think Different TV. The people who are just joining the Think Different TV choo-choo train, chugga, 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 choo-choo. Come on aboard. We have some great topics. We share laughs. Is where minds meet. Is not where minds agree. okay, is where minds meet, and we all have different mindsets. And this is where we can all sit at the table and share our views unfiltered and uninterrupted. All right. So there you go. Think Different TV every Monday night. We have Think Different TV's Player Pass game show. It is every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram. And tomorrow we have Terrell going up against Miss Angie Styles, two songwriters, songstress that are going to go head to head. Who will be victorious? Who knows? Tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I also want to give you all a quick announcement about Think Different TV's Player Pass. November 11th, 2025 will be the last episode of Think Different TV's Player Pass until we do a little bit of revamping, some rebranding, and then we'll bring it back. But after that, until we get it together, there will be no more shows after November 11th. I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all love it. I know y'all been rocking out with me as far as the game show is concerned, but we got to get more contestants. We got to get some more prize money. We gotta just revamp it. All right. And I want to do that. I want to give y'all the best show possible. So that's what's happening with Think Different TV's Player Pass. On Wednesday nights, we have Kink Different TV. It's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on only patreon.com, patreon.com/TDTV, KDTV. All right. I just want to remind y'all that once again, it's not on Facebook. It's not on YouTube. It's not on Instagram. It is only on patreon.com. So listen, we talk about some grown and sexy topics. Carmen, Sutra, and RC, they have some banter back and forth, okay? It's crazy. It's where dirty minds meet. So if you got a dirty mind and you don't want to wash it, and you want to tune into Kink Different TV on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, feel free to do so on patreon.com. All right, guys, that wraps up our lineup. Like I said, we have two people in the building that are near and dear to my heart that's going to help me with this topic tonight. But before I even bring them in, I'm going to tell y'all the topic today is falling in line once again with our AI series. And this one is AI generated artist signs $1 million deal. Actually, it's a multi-million-dollar deal, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the program that is being used and just get into that topic. All right. After I play the hot topic videos, we have our TDTV music video of the week, Paparazzi, by Forever the Rebel, featuring Cody Shane. Okay. So it's Paparazzi by Forever the Rebel featuring Cody Shane. Now, Forever the Rebel has been on here before to do for a TDTV music video of the week. Awesome artist. I can't wait to hear this because I'm going to hear it first time along with all of y'all. I put the video together, but I don't listen to the song until the show because I want to have the element of surprise just like everybody else. So we will get into the TDTV music video of the week right after this hot topic, which I'm going to drop right now.
I'm coming in hot.
How about new?
And I kept forgiving, kept on giving, even when you gave me empty in return. Tried to turn pain into patience, but your patterns taught me what I had to learn. I asked for so little, and still got less. Didn't want your money, just your respect. Didn't need diamonds, just some damn consistency. And it's crazy. I'm locked up behind these walls. Does it feel like prison? I used to dream about my future. Now I just dream about the door. Wonder how it feels to walk outside and not feel watched anymore. Mama texts me, says she misses me. I don't reply 'cause you.
There is an AI R&B artist who just signed a multi-million-dollar deal and has a top 5 R&B album, and the person is doing none of the work. I think you guys think that AI can just be the cover for something, which some people can use. They can make an AI cover. AI can also make the entire fucking song. It can sing the entire song. It can make the entire beat. You can have a song that's one type of song and say, AI, make this into a country song. And it'll literally rewrite, re-sing in a country voice and redo the entire thing. And they don't have to credit anyone. This is so beyond out of our control. And nothing and no one on earth will ever be able to justify AI to me, especially not fucking AI in the creative arts, in which people have worked hard for, trained for, slept on the floor for, fucking got injuries for, worked for their entire lives. I'm sorry. I don't respect it. Fuck. I'm going to continue my AI commentary. Yes, I did get my hair done in the process. That's why my hair looked crazy, because I was about to get it done. But I'm not about to sit up here and let you guys discredit the art of songwriting and the incredible songwriters that we have in music and have always had in music, and say that that is the same thing as prompting AI to produce, write, and then perform and sing the song. Prompting AI is like, hey, make me a 90s R&B, or here, take my sketch of something. Take my couple words, take my, I might have wrote 7 bars. Take my 7 bars and turn it into a fully fleshed out 90s R&B song with 2 verses and a bridge and harmonies like Brandy and a modulation. And you know what? Fuck it. Put horns and a piano solo and give me an intro that sound like Jermaine Dupri. You can do all of that. And then it's going to even give you the voice that fits that. And you know where it's gathered all of that data? From literally scouring all of this music that is available on the internet and even on these unreleased music apps. And it's been trained to see what you guys like and what you want and what we think we're missing, and creating that. Versus the brain power of brilliant songwriters that have to understand climate of music, that have to have lived experience or be able to transmute lived experience, that have to sit in a physical room and do something that is God-given, which is channeling and creating these words that make people feel things. Also, that would be downplaying some of the greatest songwriters of all time that we know and love. Mariah Carey isn't just a revered singer, she's a revered songwriter. Babyface isn't just an incredible singer, he was an incredible songwriter. We're talking about equating people who have literally shifted and narrated entire periods of culture, equating that with making a song in 10 minutes that a computer is making. And then people are arguing with me, no, the person behind the AI is a poet. Okay, so that poet maybe should make a poetry book. Or, did you know you can get a Grammy for Best Poetry Album by reading your poetry over music? And then what that also allows you to do is become an expert in the art of collaboration. You find musicians to work with, you find singers to work with, and you make a fucking poetry album. But singing is dear to my heart. Songwriting, that is dear to my heart. Production, that is dear to my heart. That is real. That is art. That is a channel of God. Okay? That is a purpose that is God-given. Music is real. It's necessary and important to humanity. And to treat it like it's some oh, like maybe people just wanted to weigh up. People wanted to get the how you can't stop somebody from getting their bag. Music is not a work smarter, not harder. Music is work with God. Yeah, that's all.
I'm pretty convinced that Timbaland might be the world's first producer turned supervillain. First, I want to start by saying we all know who Timbaland is, right? You know, Aaliyah, Missy, all that good stuff. After a little while of not really being active in the music industry, Timbo comes back with a message. And this message was to all the small indie artists, and that was, I want to hear your music. Timbaland wants to hear your music, right? And mind you, this is something that he was very adamant about. Like, he was posting about it every day, making like big contests and stuff. He really wanted to hear people's music. The man's on TikTok lives day in, day out, just running through people's music, having them submitted. Thousands and thousands of songs being ran through one person, right? Think about that. And see, none of this was weird to everybody because it's like, it's a producer just trying to get people on, you know, listen to more music, find the next big thing, right? Until somebody on Reddit found this. Timbaland becomes strategic advisor for AI music company Sono.
Very peculiar.
Oh wait, but it gets even deeper. Turns out Timbaland has been using Sono for a while. Matter of fact, so much he's been the top user of Sono. By the way, Sono is like an AI music company. He's been the top user of Sono for the longest. A lot of you guys probably won't remember this, but he tried to make an AI Biggie at the point of time and got backlashed for it. So Timbaland has always been on that AI wave. Okay, let's continue. So now that it's coming out that he's partnering with AI and he's requesting all these songs from people, people have been thinking like, is he about to use our songs for this program? It's like, no, right? Psych. Say hello to Tata, everybody. This is Timbaland's new AI artist that he used all y'all vocals for to create. And this is gonna be his new flagship that I'm 110% sure he about to make bands off of. That is so devious. And I don't think y'all understand how crazy this is. This man literally went to an open source, AKA the world, took all of the music that was ran through and made a whole new artist. This artist might just be the next big thing. I'm not gonna cap, but depending on how the world accepts it, she might just flop on her first album, which is coming out soon. Either way, let me know what y'all think about this situation down in the comments. I feel like he wild for this, but other people are saying this is good innovation.
Welcome to the chat, baby.
What's up? Hey, respect to everybody here.
Hey, John, I respect you, bro. I respect. Hey, look,
can we
the reason I brought you here
because your post is crazy.
No. He didn't.
We got it. I mean it.
We got it. All right, we're gonna stand on it in this chat.
I mean everything about it, bro. I'm not double backing on it. Respect to your legacy, I would say. What I view this as right now is a betrayal to artists everywhere, bro. What you're doing is you're backdooring us. You got into a position of power, and instead of choosing to unionize and fight against this AI, which I'm not stupid. I use ChatGPT to script out screenplays, things like that. I use ChatGPT on a daily to think of content ideas, to do the menial task, the meaningless task that a robot should do. I'm a spiritual person, and I believe that artists all are tapped into a divine entity, right? When you go and you start creating and you allow some fucking robot to come in and finish your song, you're cutting yourself off from the divine. And let me not even get that deep with it. What I think you're doing is you're doing something that's, in a sense, demonic, bro. And I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but it feels demonic. You're choosing to go against us all and put this robot, instead of signing an artist, instead of having someone who has a voice that you could put on and put on your platform, all these motherfuckers you had on the live, all this cool shit you were doing, you choose to go in this direction.
John, did you just hear what I just did over there? I do that, John.
Hey, John.
And then you going by headlines, and I ain't do nothing. I ain't show you nothing. No, you going by headline. I ain't say nothing. That's why we up here. John, you just saw a picture. Correct? You ain't hear no music. You ain't hear me play nothing. You ain't hear me. You don't even know what I'm building. You just went off because you don't like, you thinking I'm doing something with AI and you just upset. But you never asked me. You never asked me. Think about it, John. You know you're wrong. You never had a conversation with me. You just went off of a title. Everybody did.
Who posted it though? Who posted it?
Yeah, a guy, interviews, they're going to make it look like something. We already knew this. We knew, but the conversation was to get this conversation of talking about AI. We're talking about something that people are not having a conversation about, and it's going to leave us left behind if we don't figure out solutions. That's all I'm saying. I don't have an AI. How can I have an AI artist, John? It's nothing there.
So this is rage bait, bro?
No, it's not rage bait. No, I took something. I'm explaining what I did to make me come up with this idea. Because
brothers, this is what we're gonna do.
No, I don't think John's upset. Are you upset? You just talking.
I'm not upset.
Tim's not upset. He just talked like that.
I don't Guru thinking we arguing.
Look, real quick. What I'm saying. It's not as much you directly, it's anyone that stands on the side of what this is. If it's you, it's Guru, if it's the bald gentleman on the right, whoever it is.
But John, so you start saying I can't use a tool that hold on. Just like I got this.
All I'm asking, listen.
I got this ASR here, so if I take my beat.
My brother, just listen. All I'm asking is that I disagree with Tim on the AI and the thing, but I'm being on here and I'm being respectful. So I'm asking you to be respectful to my brother. That's all I'm asking.
I don't think I said anything disrespectful.
He didn't go. He didn't. He's passionate. I gotta cook. I gotta see what's out there. Y'all can't throw the stones. Let me cook, cause that's why I'm here. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? But don't stop me for cooking. Don't judge my cooking, my recipe. You ain't even taste the pie yet. Like, you don't even know what I'm gonna do. I just put something out there. Headline. The headline really is for this.
Right.
In our culture, to have this conversation about AI as a whole.
Yeah. Right.
Because we're not talking about it.
Timbaland just launched an AI entertainment company called Stage Zero, and his first artist is not human. She's not a character or avatar, but a fully autonomous learning music artist, and her sound is a new genre called A-pop. He also mentioned that it's not just about making tracks anymore. The plan is to build entire systems and superstars from scratch, but not everyone's on board. Artists like JID, Joyner Lucas, and Uncle Murder have pushed back, and even Young Guru made a statement stating that human expression cannot be reduced down to AI. Still, others see it as a future.
Do you know how hard it is to push an artist? They gonna tell you, I don't wanna do that. Jimmy Iovine famously told me one day, get you something that don't talk back. What is better than an AI artist that don't talk back?
Is this innovation? Is Timbaland stepping ahead of the curve for something that might be inevitable for the music industry? Or is this a serious threat that could potentially push real artists out of the picture completely?
Now, we use AI in our everyday lives to help us with menial tasks on our phones, on our computers, in our cars. That type of AI as a functional tool, I have no problem with. What I have a problem with is AI attempting to recreate or replicate the human brain, human creativeness, the human essence, and that is what the creative industries are pushing forward. There are so many artists around the world who have lack of access to funds, lack of access to information, to the system of music to get their talent out there, but you're putting money and effort behind an AI bot. We use AI in music all the time. Like, I use half the plugins I use AI to analyze the data and to give us something, right? Typing in a prompt, create me a 1990s Brandy-esque R&B song, and then it just makes it for you. You're replacing the songwriter, the producer, the instrumentalist, the engineer, the studio, the master engineer, the mixing engineer. And how can you be okay with that? Issue with this is when someone who's at the forefront of the system, who has all the money, all the power within the music industry, when he's the one spearheading theft and robbery, lack of creativeness, and pushing computers forward, the music industry is really done. And it's been on a slippery slope ever since social media came out. But now we're really seeing the people who make decisions in music push creative people out, bring in computers just for your bottom line. I say that to say AI is not going anywhere. I think it needs to be regulated. It's how we regulate it and how we utilize it as a tool that will always help advance us. I'm not anti-technology. I'm pro-technology, but I'm pro-regulated. I'm pro the regulated use of something that has the capabilities of self-learning. Happy Saturday.
Timberland's awesome. He's a great musician, great contributor, and he's enthusiastic of AI just like I am. I feel that maybe, maybe he didn't think of all the things.
With what aspect? Like launching the artist? I think that's the one that maybe got...
No, that's not what got it. I don't think it was
Okay.
the launching the artist. Black Eyed Peas, in 2009, we had a video called I'm Gonna Be Rocking That Body, where we said, hey, the future of music is going to be you type this in and the machine's going to sing it. The album cover on the end, where I Got a Feeling and Boom Boom Pow, was an AI representation of every single member put together. We announced that we have an AI member of our group when we were supposed to do our Vegas residency. People are not tripping on AI. They're concerned on, I think what happened with Timberland was he was telling people to send music in the year before to sign humans, people.
What's up, everyone? I want to comment on this going on right now with Timberland as far as with the AI artist. I actually submitted my music to him in December, and it's crazy because I felt as if, he was being a lot nicer and kinder to the woman he was attracted to, Shade. Because I remember verbatim, certain artists was like, yeah, this sounds nostalgic and da-da-da-da-da-da. But when mine came on, it was, oh, this sounds old, this sounds dated. And I'm not using this as a scapegoat, but I definitely want to speak on it now that this is all coming up.
Big Boy Productions.
Y'all just not listening. I'm giving y'all the cheat code. Check what I just made in Suno.
Big Boy Productions.
Here you go. What? Baby Timbo. Wow, that sounds pretty familiar. See, in order for you to even use this AI, like it's got to be in you. So basically, what I did, I dug deep in my mind, and I grabbed some of the molecular molecules, and I put it into a prompt form, and I just let Suno do its thing. Baby Timbo. Whatever you like it, I love it, Timbroski. Hey, but check out what I just did in Suno.
It's a rain. Listen, it was getting a little serious. So I wanted to end on a parody, making fun of the situation, and I think it was a good way to kind of cool everything down. Y'all leave your comments. I've seen a lot of y'all leaving y'all comments about this situation. Continue to leave the comments. We're going to come back with my special guest after this TDTV music video of the week, Paparazzi by Forever the Rebel, featuring Cody Shane. Let's get to it.
Hey, this is your favorite niece, Aaliyah. You're watching Think Different TV, hosted by Lashia, and this is the music video of the week.
City, bitch, started ask for me, bitch, ask for me, bitch. She like, oh, you coming with? You better ask about me, trick. 50,000 on the fit, look so good, let's take a pic. We gotta hide from the cameras. They can't stick with my stamina. Yeah, put a codeine in a Fanta. I try to say like Miranda. paparazzi. The way I'm moving is too saucy. Wanna all see. See me popping out and shit, they talking, yeah, they salty. Pop, 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 paparazzi. Paparazzi, 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 kill the station, then I kill the pussy, that's a murder. Double homicide and then I lie, now that's a purge. On another planet, smoking shit that you ain't heard of. Ballin' like I'm Irvin, bitch, I'm tryna turn up. I can feel them watching me, I can feel the eyes on me. I've been talking to the walls, listen, they talk back to me. Paranoid, I'm in Illinois, tryna put up on it. Buying toys just to fill the void. Nigga, this shit ain't free. Watch me, they can't stop me. Paparazzi, the way I'm moving is too saucy. Wanna all see me popping out and shit, they talking, yeah, they salty. Pop, 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 pop. Paparazzi! Paparazzi, paparazzi, I just want the back end, I just want a best friend. I just put the 10 on the whip, you do the guessing. Can't triple cross the revving, roll 7s, 11s. So I talk to God like I just came back from heaven. This bitch shit too messy, I ain't send no message. All these fucking chains and these rings, they get hectic. She like TMZ, she can't come to my section. They say I'm insane, I don't never learn my lesson. Watch me, they can't stop me. Paparazzi, I'm moving it too saucy. Wanna all see me popping out and shit, they talking, yeah, they salty. Pop, 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 paparazzi. Paparazzi, paparazzi,
GoFundMe is not life insurance. The time for life insurance is now.
Go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
All right, that was Paparazzi by Forever the Rebel featuring Cody Shane. Paparazzi. Oh my gosh. Dope visual, amazing artist. Listen, independent artists is where it's at. I swear to y'all. That's why I always show love to independent artists because they come with the fire. They hungry. They're backing themselves, and it's a difference when you're investing in your own craft versus a machine working behind you. Yeah, with a machine working behind you, you can get a little bit more, but when you have to work hard for it, you appreciate it more, and your artistic freedom is not stifled. Creativity is on 100. I'm telling you, like, I love independent artists, and that's why this is always going to be the platform to show our independent artists love. Think Different TV, spread the word. You know, independent artist that has a video, wants to get in on my show, let them know. Let them know. This is where we show love to our independent artists. Also, make sure y'all follow Forever the Rebel on IG and on YouTube at Forever the Rebel 444. All right. Now, we're going to get back into this hot topic, which is from the AI series. AI generated artist signs multi-million-dollar deal. And we're going to talk about the program soon and all that great stuff. But, I got two special people in the building tonight. One I knew, oh my gosh, from my Just Words days. He always used to come in with his horn. He played the horn. He also rapped. He's an amazing producer, and he is still doing his thing. He has his own studio here in Philadelphia. And I'm going to have him introduce himself a little bit more once we get everybody on the floor. But I'm going to bring Drew Decker to the stage. What's up, Drew?
You.
Check.
Check 1 2.
Everything sounds good. Sounds gravy. And then this other person is near and dear to my heart, all the way from Trenton. Trenton makes, the world takes. He is an amazing engineer, artist, producer, all of the above. He keeps me on my toes. He keeps saying, when you gonna get in the studio? I'm gonna bring him to the stage. Tone, the artist.
What's goody in the hoodie? How you doing, love?
Oh, you sound crisp and clear, honey. Oh, let that mic work for you. Wow.
Not to nobody else.
So, guys, we're going to get into this hot topic, which is from the AI series, AI generated artist signs multi-million-dollar deal. And look what I created with AI myself, y'all. Look at this. Hey.
Hey.
That's
tight.
That's cool. Can you send me a picture of that?
Yeah, I need that.
I'll send it to you guys. I don't know why it was so adamant on making me a little bit chunky. I just took it. I was like, whatever. I look good with weight on me. Slim, but don't make I'm slim thick. All right.
I look high though.
You do look a bit high.
Let's just say you focused, you laser you're in the pocket. All
this
right,
is cool.
guys.
That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem, guys. So really quickly, Drew Decker, let the world know who you are. Welcome to Think Different TV. This is his first time being on Think Different TV. Tone is not a stranger. So, Drew, take it away. Let them know who you are.
Well, a little brief introduction. I mean, my name is Drew Decker. I'm Dexter's Lab Productions. If you hear that name circulating around, that's pretty much me. I'm the voice, the name, and the hands, and the eyes, and the brain behind Dexter's Lab Productions. Pure form is music, and I got a couple instrumental albums right now that's currently on streaming platforms. Dexter's Lab Productions Volumes 1 and 2 currently in rotation. Volume 3 in the works. I'm a trumpet player first. MC, that can MC, I guess you could say. And right now, I tend to favor myself more so as a producer at the moment.
Awesome. So listen, guys, if y'all in Philadelphia, y'all looking for somebody to go to record and also produce a hot beat for you, you got Drew Decker right here in Philadelphia. And I want to thank you once again for joining us, Drew, because
Thank you for the
go back
invitation.
years, like when I was like 18. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am now, it's not important, but we go back years, right? So
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So and we just get better with time, baby. It's vintage at this point.
True indeed.
And so
I feel like I'm making some of my best material I've ever made in my life. So I feel like if anybody need to, I feel like now will be a great time to check on this name that just so happens to be Texas Lab Productions. Check me out.
Yes, check him out, man.
Beautiful. I do originals and samples, either one. I can create on the fly as well.
And we know this, man. I know this, and now the world knows, because this is going to be everywhere in the world. And I want to just give Tone the artist the floor to tell everybody who he is. He's no stranger to the show. He's been on Think Different TV. He's been on Think Different TV's Player Pass. He's even been in the audience on Think Different TV. We ain't going to get into he's a strong supporter of the Think Different TV network, and I'm so glad to have him on the show as well. So, Tone the Artist, you got the floor. Let everybody know who you are for those who are just joining the fold and don't know who you are and what you do.
What's goody in the hoodie, my beautiful people? It's your favorite producer, Tone the Artist. I started as an MC, so that's where my journey started as MCing. Then I moved into production because I didn't have a producer available, so I decided to start making beats myself. And studio was a little expensive, so I started into engineering. I officially became a producer, I would say, in 2005. So that's when I made my first beat for an actual artist. Engineering since professionally since 2010. Worked with Lashia on countless projects, and anything you need mixing wise, production wise. If you're in the greater Trenton area, This Is Art Studios is always available. You can hear what I do if you listen to Think Different TV in the beginning. The
Oh
song
yeah, of
produced.
course. Why did I'm so slow.
It's
Yo,
okay.
y'all listen to it every time the intro starts playing. That is his production. That is Tone the Artist. This is our LLC all the way. And
Okay.
we recorded the whole song. You only hear a clip of it, but it is a whole song. Okay, don't think we one of them TikTok.
All right. we get
You know,
it in.
it's a whole song, but yes, that is the intro. It's been the intro for 3 seasons now.
Woo woo.
3
Yes.
seasons.
I definitely got to get with Drew one day. It's nice to meet you here on Think Different TV.
Right back at you, my man. Serious. Right back at you. Looking forward to as a matter of fact, I'd love to hear some of your stuff.
That would be
And
beautiful.
or
I've had
whatever
the
it is I can do.
Yes, I've had the opportunity over the last about 2 years to work with some very talented instrumentalists. Shout out to Lamonge, a violinist who's right now attending Berkeley up in Boston. Shout out Javon, plays the saxophone. KC on the piano. I've gotten a chance to work with some very talented instrumentalists. So this is a connection I look forward to exploring.
This is
Thank you, Shia.
amazing. That's what I do. That's what I do. I make the connections. This is what I love doing. I love networking because your network equals what? Your net
Net
worth.
worth.
Network.
So the more people you know, the more you're going to have everything just come to you. Like, I mean, I see people all the time saying, "Oh, I don't really like going to networking things. I don't want to
That's
get
the
mixed."
key right there.
But the thing
Networking is
is,
the
that's
key.
how you know how you find other people. That's how you find your people. That's how you find your people that you can work with. And then
Mhm.
their audience can become your audience. But a lot of people, and we're going to jump into this AI stuff because think about it, an AI artist doesn't have their people. They're not even a person.
Right.
So I mean, the crazy thing is that who they're going to collaborate with other AI artists because the way human artists are feeling right now, they're like, do I really want to do a collaboration with an AI artist? Because that could kind of put a stigma on them. And then also the way that they're using people's voices and everything, like I think that Drake did that when he took Tupac's voice when he was trying to do a diss track
Mhm.
to Kendrick. He took
Mhm.
Tupac's voice and he was doing
And
all this
Snoop
crazy
Dogg's
stuff.
voice.
And Snoop Dogg's voice, and it's like, what are we doing right now? So let's jump into this topic, y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited.
If
We
you don't
did our
mind me asking this question, one thing that's been bugging me is okay, so AI artist signs a multi-million dollar deal. How is that AI artist spending that money?
See,
That is a
you
good
mind
question.
if I interject with
Go
a
ahead.
response?
So I'm the floor is yours, honey.
I was thinking about that, and what came to my mind, because it almost like scrambles your brain trying to figure out, okay, so who's getting paid? Where is this money going? What's it doing? But the fact of the matter is, regardless of what it's doing, I don't have an answer clearly for that question. I would assume it's the label that it's signed to that'll be reaping all the benefits. But it's, I just feel it's really it's enough money out there. It's just not enough landscape. And I feel like, okay, you get in the bag, get your bag, but you're taking up a lot of landscape. It's like having those cities that have these $1 million apartments that are vacant. Okay, it's enough, money for us to do what we want to do with our bag, but it's not enough landscape for us. And the landscape's already been tainted by streaming. It's become overcrowded, oversaturated. You can't tell what's what. And now we're talking about AI, which can take over the landscape even easier than the streaming services than they have. So I think I don't have an answer to where it goes. I assume to the record label, but my thing is, okay, it's enough bags out there, but what about the landscape that you're taking up? You're taking up a lot of space that would be used for, artists, real humans.
It's true. Very, very true.
Um,
Last
I,
thing we
I
need
would
is
I would
for
like
them
to.
to completely take our jobs.
Right.
Completely.
Yeah, I want to just jump in there really quickly. This multi-billion-dollar deal. First of all, I don't even think there's any multi-million dollars anyway. I don't think that that's an actual. I think
Hmm.
that's just a figure that's just thrown out there to
Hmm.
ruffle some people's feathers. But if there is money indeed being pumped into this AI generated artist, it would go into probably the software, the programs to keep it up to date and everything like that. Also going towards the poet that's actually behind this artist, which her name is Zania Monet or Zanaya Monet, either or. Um, but she is a poet that's behind this artist, and it could be going to her to keep pumping into this AI generated artist and get her set up all nice and pretty. How did you guys feel about I guess I can start with the questions. How did you guys feel about what Kalani had to say about the whole thing about it being that being an artist, a human artist, you're tapping into your spiritual energy, just like the guy also said on the Timberland live. You tap into a spiritual energy to create, and how this AI, the Suno program, and everything like that is taken away from the human artists that sit down and create and everything like that, and how it's disrupting things. How do y'all feel about what she said?
Me personally, I feel like, excuse me. First of all, I 1000% agree with her sentiment on music and creativity being a thing that is divine, or something in the sense that we don't really have an exact real word to really comprehend it, but it's definitely something. It's I believe in things as being in the spiritual essence of like the there's a calling for what it is that each of us wants to do with them ourselves in our lives. Some of us want to be in the military. Some of us want to be in the medical field. Some of us want to be participating in the creative aspect of music, myself included in that particular regard. And our draw to that particular thing is not necessarily something that we just feel like, oh, it's just a job. Like we're really drawn to it to the point where we wind up acquiring skills that and experiences that shape us and shape our styles of being artists in the ways that we are. So I do feel as though in that particular regard, yes, that is a completely divine and spiritual thing. Or at least I feel like it is. And it can be to a point where it literally can save your life if you use it the right way. And for this now to be a thing where we have something that's behind these computers, that's behind the technology that we use today, um, being used in a fashion to where they're putting out that we have AI artists like they're actually like living beings or something like that. Oh, like this AI artist walks in the door and signs a multi-million-dollar deal. Okay, tell me what hand is the AI artist left-handed or right-handed? Tell me something. I mean, it makes me think of dumb shit. Excuse my language, but it just it just feels like the more we feed in, or the more that it's being fed our information and our essence of creativity, the more that this is going to be overshadowing the human aspect of creating as a whole. And chances are, I mean, God forbid, these movies that's been telling us all about AI and what I mean, art and the things that they are capable of, and possibly completely taking over society as a whole. I mean, in a sense, this is an aspect of that. And to be honest with you, we need to be at arms on it, and we need to find a ways to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, we use technology to be able to do certain things with our music, as far as I mean, in most cases, creative, and in of course in the business aspect of publishing it and getting it out there to other people, so that way we can hear it. And we just need to have it to where we have a specific kind of control over it. And
Yeah,
so
I get exactly
as
what you're saying. Like the guy said in the video, he said we need to have better regulations for it. It need to be regulated. And really quickly before, because I also want to get Tone the artist's point of view on this as well.
my bad,
Before we go any further. No, Drew,
No,
you're
you good.
fine. You're fine. I just want to shout out some people that have jumped into Think Different TV. What's up? I am Young P, my bro from Maryland. What's up, BDBGP from
Hey.
Jersey? Oh no, he's not from Jersey. He's not in Jersey no more.
But
He
he is from the town. Don't all right
he is
now.
he's
He
from
don't
Jersey,
live
but
it,
he not there no more. He across, so
he's
he
ours.
across the country. And shout out to Cara Bear, who's also tuning in tonight, because I don't want y'all to think that I don't see the comments scrolling everything. And because we have such an in-depth episode today, I won't be able to get to everybody's comments, but um I do want to let y'all know that I do see y'all, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. And if you're watching the replay right now, thank you for tuning into the replay. Make sure you hashtag replay in the comments and leave your comments below about what you think about the TV show. Make sure you like, comment, share, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new episodes of Think Different TV, Think Different TV's Player Pass, or In My Opinion with Think Different TV's with Shia. Make sure you share the love by sharing the live. And after you share, make sure you hashtag TDTV. And with that, we're going to go to Tone the Artist and see what his thoughts are about what Kalani said. And then I also want to know y'all thoughts about Timbaland and his part that he played in this whole Suno thing. So Tone, if after you could talk about how you felt about what Kalani said, you could jump into Timbaland, and then we'll go back to Drew, and he shares what he thinks about Timbaland. So that's how we're going to do it. And I'm gonna shut up. There you go.
so I agree with that sentiment. In my opinion, I feel creation is divine. It's a divine gift. It's a divine act. So much so that my studio, I don't even call my studio a studio. I call it the sanctuary. Because that's where, I do this divine act of creating something. So I definitely do agree with that sentiment, as far as it being something divine and a gift that we are blessed with, particularly a gift of creation. Not everyone has the gifts in the way that we have them. So yeah, I do think it's disrespect on a spiritual level to allow certain parts of the process to be taken over by something that does not have a soul. So I do agree with that. It is a divine process. It is a spiritual process, and I think it's crossing some lines in that regard. Now with Timbaland, who is in fact, in my opinion, the greatest producer of my time, he laid the soundtrack to a lot of the foundation of my youth with 100% Genuine and Leah's joints and Missy joints and even to Bubba Sparks, everything that he's done. I've even fashioned a lot of my style after what he does as far as the bounce. So as a musical figure and as a creative, I regard him as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, of my generation. And so with that being said, his involvement in this comes at a grave pain when it's someone that you look up to, like the highest of heights for which you do, in your opinion, and they participate in something as shifty and shady as this is. It's, to me, I liken it to baking a cake, but you don't use an oven, nor do you use your hands. You're not even mixing the ingredients. And if technology has come so far as you can do that, all right, so be it. But you stole the ingredients. So everything that you make from there is tainted, as to say. That for me, the foundation of what this AI software is built on, I don't want to draw it too much to historical things, but it was built on the backs of people that were disregarded, not paid, not even thought about. The very engine that makes it run. So no matter what you create from it, it is, in my opinion, just improper, immoral. Had it been created differently, I could understand it taking over certain parts, possibly, but using prompts to create music and not laying a finger on a drum pad or a keyboard or an instrument is past the line for me. It's way past the line. So that's essentially how I feel about that. His involvement really did hurt me, because I didn't know, and I've followed his career, in and out of the studio. So I do understand that he's got some blemishes, but to go so low as to draw from the people in such a personal way, people think they're getting something. They feel that they're getting their hero to actually listen to them, and you're just extracting. So that's how I feel about that in that show. Pause.
And so, Drew, what do you feel about Timbaland's involvement in this whole thing?
It's like going to heaven and finding God smoking crack. Sorry, that was the first thing I thought of.
I can't. I cannot. I cannot.
But I am
to monetize this video.
Find a meme, use that. I literally feel that way, and I 1000% want to echo Tone's uh, assessment on this matter. Like it's crazy because again, like he's one of the best that ever did it, like hands down, like top five. Like it's definitely in my top five in regards to everything he's done with his catalog. Like it's like he was able to like from hip hop to soul to pop to like he was a genre bender, and well he is a genre bender, should I say. And nothing like we can't take away from him. The only thing is now that he's like, yeah, I mean, it sucks that one moment you're asking, yeah, you want to hear everybody's, you want to hear people's music. You want to look for the next big, the next best artist out there, or the next big artist, the next nice artist, whatever. You're looking for that, and then a little bit of time goes by, like like a year or so later, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we're finding out that you're signed, you're a strategic advisor for a whole AI company, and you're about to get ready to sign an AI artist out. Like it just he should have known that within that span of time and having that announcement being blasted on the internet that that was going to come with some type of feedback that's not going to be in his favor. And in this particular case, I ain't in his favor at all, because that like it's literally highway robbery. Like we put our we put our essences, our divine energy, we're giving it to this man, and this man is just using it and just doing whatever he wants with it. Nah. It just it disgusts me. It really does. And we need to find a way to actually have this regulated, and we need to make our voices heard on it. Like whatever
I
I can
agree.
do in order to be on arms on it. Shoot, even if I gotta find a musical pistol or something like that, and I need to march down somewhere or whatever, have to do and blast my trumpet at somebody's ear, whatever. Shoot. But we need to find some type of regulation behind this.
I totally
And
understand. I agree. I agree with your sentiments, Drew, and Antone, the artist. It's I liken it to the whole situation where black artists used to come out with songs, and then next thing you know, a white artist turns around and has the same song, just changed it up, and it's getting more airplay than the black artists. Because once again, here's a situation where, back then, white artists, they had more resources, they had more push behind them. And so they were able to get on those radio stations and everything like that. And it was nothing for them to take the music and creativity of the black artists, and pretty much turn around and use it for their own. Mommy, look. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, baby. Let me. I'm talking right now. I'm sorry. I told y'all I'm on mommy duty. So the thing about it is that this is another situation where the people who run the AI programs, they have access, and I like to say that Timbaland is maybe a gatekeeper. What the? And then for him to be the strategic advisor for the AI company Suno, and then have access to it the way he does, and the driving force behind it, the money to do so, to do everything that he has to do. The artists, like Kalani said, the artists that don't have the money to fund their projects, they have to work their 9 to 5s, and then they have to grind for the money to go pay for studio time and pay for their production and pay for all this, and this is what makes it unfair, because now you're taking this AI artist and signing them, and they have everything. They're not even a real person, but they're getting all this backing, and that's just unfair. It's unfair, and it's very disheartening for a lot of artists, because a lot of artists that put their all into what they do, like Kalani say, now they become discouraged, because it's like, why should I even bother being a creator of music? Why should I even bother trying to share my gift with the world when the world is telling me they want AI generated artists? Because let's not be yes, Cara Bear, you did hear a sweet little boy in the background, and he need to go to bed because it's bedtime. It was it's just a lot. It's just a lot with AI right now, and it's upsetting, because now you have a situation where like I said, people get discouraged. They don't want to put the time and energy into being creative, and you start to lose your passion. Now there's people out there that still they don't care. They create music for the love of it and everything like that. But people that want to actually be put on, now they know they got to work twice as hard, because now there's an AI generated artist that's getting back, and that's just whack. So that's what I wanted to say about it. I actually have a couple more questions for you guys. Let me see. What was the other question that I wanted to ask? So there are. Oh, I was about to say Zania Monet. I forgot. Zania Monet. She sold a lot of copies. Now I don't know if the numbers are real. I don't know if the numbers are real, because I haven't even heard this AI generated artist on the radio. I haven't heard any of her songs except for on Shade Room, and when they're talking about her signing the multi-million-dollar deal. And then I'm also like, I'm listening to the voice, and it sounds a little bit like Beyonce influenced, and then her look is a little Lala influenced, like old Lala, not the way Lala looked today. And it's just, I don't know. It's just odd to me. And then the videos that was created of her is like her going forward and then running it backwards. So it's not a real thing. But let me just say this. What do y'all think the disadvantages? That's the question I wanted to ask, because I had to get to my brain with what are actually, play devil's advocate. What will be the advantage of using Suno and having an AI generated artist? Do y'all think y'all could do that?
I mean, the advantages, I believe, are pretty apparent. You don't need staff, you don't need artist development, you don't need to pay for photo shoots, video shoots. Everything you're doing behind a desk in a room, you can create everything from the rooty to the tootie. So that's obvious advantage. It would be low overhead. You don't have to deal with them not showing up for something. It's just the human element. There's no error. The only error would be the human that is deciding to create the music with the Suno prompts. Now, even that, the advantage for the people that are in charge and are going to use this stuff in the industry, the people that, have the power, the stature, the money, or the people that, well, not the people that are going to use it. Those are the people that are going to benefit from it the most. They're going to eventually, I would assume, automate it. So now you're not only just making music with prompts, you've automated the music being made with prompts, and you can just flood. You can make fucking, excuse my French, 10 songs in 4 minutes, and be doing that all day for 3 months for 17 different AI artists. You could really do a lot if you allow AI to take over in such a way where there's no creative process. There's just prompts. That's dangerous. But those I would say would be the obvious advantages if I was in the position to be the villain of the story. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, it's no overhead. I don't gotta worry about no emotions, a person telling me no or whatever. And I can automate this process, get something to put the prompts in, and I'm banging out songs all day. I'll sign 3 more artists by the end of the month.
Drew.
So, a couple things. One, me as a music consumer, just me, I guess, I am not checking for an AI artist at all. The AI artist is not going to give me a human experience. An AI artist is not going to give me something that I can relate to. It's not going to tell me about my struggles. It's not going to tell me about my experience, or be able to generate an inspiration of or even have a actual perspective of an experience of somebody being in the hood and not necessarily having the best living situation, and the only thing that keeps them alive is the fact that they can write and express themselves through this thing called music. An AI artist will never have that effect on me. So I will never be checking for an AI artist at all. I need to find out the human that was behind that artist. And that's the only thing I'm checking for. So the only thing I can see AI being an advantage for is just enabling laziness. Total, utter laziness. Oh, that make a song that sounds like this and that and have this and that and that's and that and that's it. AI artist signs a multi-million-dollar deal where that AI artist should have been an actual human being. I would have been more happy if it was that instead of an AI artist, a person, a literal a thing that we are never going to actually see in real life, in person. So that's me on how I 1000% disagree with this whole thing in regards to AI
He
and
can't
how I
even
feel
come with an
people
advantage.
need to
He's so
be.
like he can't even come with a real
I'm
advantage. Like
sorry.
I just see
It's just
disadvantages. Just screw
disgusting,
everything.
so bad.
Well, I will say this. Allow me to play devil's advocate. Yes, there is no overhead cost. Yeah, there is no. The artist can tell them no, I'm not going to tour. Which brings up a really good point about touring. Now, the funny thing about it is that they kind of worked in what is it called? Uh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about this the other day when they with a hologram. They was working holograms into tours. They would have a hologram of Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, of celebrities that have passed on. They would have these holograms. And so they kind of already tried to prime us about bringing this possible thing to the forefront. Now, here's another thing. When it comes to AI generated music, now I understand, Drew, you said you're not going to be checking for any AI artists, but what if it was just mixed with the hodgepodge of music that we have today? What if you couldn't tell? If nobody told you it was an AI generated artist that sang that song and it just mixed in with all the other music, will we be able to even tell? Will we be able to decipher Because I mean, nowadays, today's music, and no shade to none of the artists that are out right now. I'm partial to Coco Jones and her and a lot of different artists that are out right now. Kalani, but sometimes it can seem like the same type of music is being um spit out. And it was a guy who actually said a lot of people are talking about AI is killing the music industry, but what's really killing the music industry nowadays is the unoriginality of a lot of these artists. And I do see that. I do see that, just like they said the AI is going to be looking for what's popular, what's this, what's that. They're Human artists are doing that as well. They don't want to carve out their own path. They're afraid to carve out their own path. And so that fear stands, because remember they're humans, that fear stands in the way of them exploring other options as far as creating music. And Bill actually, I have one of his other questions up here on the board, but he did say something about how uh shoot, I lost the third that phase. But when it comes to AI generated artists and the music and everything like that, sometimes when you don't know that it's AI generated, you just, and like the unoriginality of a lot of these artists, and artists just creating the same thing, and they're just saying, well, what's popular right now? Well, let me just follow that same stream. Let me just keep with that same energy, because it's going to definitely get me sales. It's definitely going to get me, oh, I know what he said. He said, do we liken it to when rap hip hop artists or even singers would take other people's music and just do whatever over it. We're hearing the same music over and over again because they're just taking old songs that we used to listen to back in the day. Millennials, now our music is called classics. So they're taking classics and they're tearing it, and you hear the beat start up, and you be all excited like, oh snap, this is such and such. And then all of a sudden you hear something else, you're like, wait a minute, this ain't such and such. Like, AI generated music pulling from other artists to create something could be like that. And we already was in this slippery slope of it eventually getting to this point. So they're like, oh, AI is a new wave, it's a new thing. We're going to be able to create new music. It's going to be new, but not if you're using other people's voices, not if you're using a prompt, not if you're using this, that, the third. But let me get back on the point of advantages. So they don't have to worry about hair, makeup, travel costs. Everything is taken care of because they don't have to go anywhere. They can literally project this person onto the stage. Another thing is, what else is another advantage? Another advantage is that at the end of the day, there is no, we don't have to worry about the private life of an artist. This is what's happening nowadays. When was the last time we heard Rihanna come out with an album? Exactly. So we hear more about her and ASAP Rocky and them having babies. We hear about all these artists in their private lives, with social media, people arguing back and forth on social media because here go the human element. Everybody want to be involved in some type of drama, and they think that drama is the only way that's going to get their name put out there. But they rarely create any type of music or create anything that's worth digesting. They're just tweeting back and forth, texting back and forth, all this crazy stuff. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. You feel what I'm saying? Cardi B just released the album, but it didn't come without a lot of drama. With AI artists, are they going to start creating beef between AI artists? They shouldn't, because we're going to know, like, okay, they're AI artists. They're not real. Like, why are y'all beefing? What's going on? So there ain't gonna be no beefing. There ain't gonna be no extra drama. We don't gotta worry about the AI artists having a baby and stopping a tour. You know, people can actually pay for ticket prices and not worry that it's going to get canceled, stuff like that. Because I remember one time, was it Lauryn Hill or Brian Knight? Somebody had, it's several artists that, you know, they set up and say, oh, I'm going to do a tour and I'm going to be in this city. And then people get all excited and then they buy the tickets and everything like that. But here we go. This person's a human. And they might feel like I'm sick or I don't want to go to that city or I don't want to, you get what I'm saying? And now people done spent money for a ticket and they ain't even going to see no concert. So it eliminates that as well. You know, so that's my advantages. That's my advantages for it. Now, here's a great question that Bill brings up. He said, how do you explain to a generation not even born yet about music and how and where music started if they only know of an AI artist or of AI artists? Y'all got the floor.
Play them that real music and let them know about it. Flood them with that real music and just tell them about it. Give them stories. And just allow them to be able to have their own interpretation of it. Notice that this particular generation is okay. Well, that is the problem. Identifying the problem is one thing. Now it's time to do something about it. So part of that is, okay, well, we need to expose this generation to more of what got us here in the first place. So we just, as the select few people, got to take that responsibility upon ourselves. I mean, the ones that realize this, because we live in a world where a whole lot of us, chances are, like 100 times more than we will ever be, don't realize it. But there's still a chance. So why not spread it out as much as possible? I blast it as much as possible. Again, I won't ever receive a real human emotion out of an AI artist. I won't ever receive the feeling of actual experience or an emotion of love or emotion of hate or emotion of just human emotion as a whole. I will never get that. I will never get that feeling from an AI artist. And I daren't even think to even give that even a chance, just because off the fact that that artist ain't real. And for them to say, okay, well, we're going to put a projector here and have a hologram of said artist. What about it? What about if the fan base want to actually have some type of actual interaction with that artist, direct interaction? Maybe, like a handshake or something like that. How is an AI artist going to do that? I mean, there's so many questions behind it, but yeah, I digress from my point. I won't ever be checking for anything that is artificial. Simple as that.
I understand. I would do the same as well as far as play the music. That's the only way for them to really understand where it came from, and obviously give them imagery, videos of these artists singing. And my boys, they're always here in my studios in the crib, so they get to understand and see creation from a different perspective. So that's definitely and also I think an important thing, I'll say it was important for me and a lot of the people that I came up with through school, is education. We lack the creative arts prowess that used to be in schools, at least when I was in school. I took music every year since pretty much first grade. I always took music class. I knew how to, read basic music notes and have a basic theory understanding, by 8th grade. Easy, and then when I got to high school, and having all the resources in the band, that was a big part of my development. But I didn't just come there straight dry, not knowing nothing. I already had at least a theory foundation and an understanding of, different musical elements and terms. And that played just a big part. And it's been stripped from a lot of our primary schools, a lot of our intermediate schools, our elementary schools. It's been stripped. There's no real music programs to speak of. That's, part of where my passion grew. Being able to spend time not in the home in a controlled environment. You're in school, even though it's still controlled, but you're experiencing something with music. And I think that's big. And that's a part of what I want to change about my city intensely. Because I think that's missing as far as keeping children connected, no matter what the generation is and what the mode of creation is. If it's a foundational part of your education, then it shall never be lost.
I feel y'all both on that, and I will concur with both of you guys. You just gotta as far as, and I say I am kind of guilty of this, not exposing my son to music as much as I should, as someone who grew up with music all around her. I think I just get caught up in the rat race of every day just trying to survive. And when it comes to listening to music and everything like that, he comes over and he takes over my TV. So he watches what he wants to watch, and he learns. He actually knows Jump Around. He knows a lot of different songs. My son is more of like, he likes to listen to songs in different languages. So and I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that at all. But I did find it interesting when I went to an event not too long ago, and it was teenage artists that were getting up there on stage and they were performing. And afterwards, the person who put together the event, she had said that before she really started working with these artists, she introduced them to artists from Philly. Not just because a lot of people, when you hear artists from Philly, people automatically think Will Smith, Jill Scott, this, that, third. But it's so many other artists from Philly, like, you know, Frankie Beverly, and anybody that's from Philadelphia International. I mean, Patti LaBelle. When you think Philly, you gotta encompass all that music, and it's crazy because she said those teenagers did not know, a lot of those artists did not know their music. So that was kind of disheartening. But again, we get caught up in the rat race of trying to just survive, and we don't have that element anymore. Plus, people, if you listen to the radio nowadays, they play the same stuff over and over again. Same 10 song you see in rotation. And the only way you can get away from it is if you listen to iHeartRadio. And a lot of people don't have the capability of listening to iHeartRadio. So there you go. It's like if you have the access and you can listen to it, while you're on your route and going from to and fro and going to work or whatever like that, then that's amazing. But some people that don't have that capability, some people are catching the bus and the train to work here in Philly, they don't have a car, so they don't listen to the radio on the way to work and all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And maybe that's a way for AI to kind of creep in there, because we're becoming robots. If you think about it, anybody that has a 9 to 5, you get up in the morning, you wash your butt, you brush your teeth, you may or may not eat breakfast, A lot of us are operating off fumes all day. I know when I get up in the morning, I don't eat breakfast in the morning. I just get up, go to work, get to work, do my job, come home, maybe eat, go to sleep, get up, do the same thing all over again. We become robots. So they're like, oh, well, this generation of people are just not, and I'm not talking about millennials or anything. I'm not getting so deep like that, but I'm talking about like just this generation that's on the planet right now. We are becoming robots. So they're like, let's throw in an AI generated artist because everybody robots anyway. You know how we operate, how we move, how we interact with people day in and day out. It's a whole robotic nature that is of us. And then when everything happened with COVID and the world was shut down and people were cut off, now we got to learn how to be around humans again. But we did go through a period when we wasn't around humans. It's a lot of that, man. And every time I think of like COVID and how that all played out, I think about Fifth Element, how y'all remember that part where Bruce Willis, like where he slept at, like his little tiny apartment, and I think they was just sleeping in like drawers or something like that. Like, what? But that's how this world is becoming. We are like cut off from other humans and everything like that. So they said, let's throw AI in it because people are becoming robots anyway. That's my thought on it. I feel like I'm talking in a circle right now. And before I get too much into a circle, because I have my eye on my phone and my eye on my son at the same time.
Multitask.
I feel like Forrest Whitaker right now. But anyway. One more thing that I want to touch on before we wrap up. How going forward, what do you think we need to do in order to, I mean, I understand regulating AI and everything like that. And let's take AI out of the equation. What do you think we have to do? What do we have to bring back so that human artists have a fighting chance against this AI generated artist wave that's coming through?
Well, I'll say I definitely think that tangible product is number one. Now, particularly, I enjoyed the experience of getting a CD or a cassette and opening it up. You look at the book on the inside, the pictures, the credits, all that good stuff, and you have it in your hand. And you put it in whatever player, CD player, cassette player, car, and you listen to it and you go through the credits and you look at the lyrics if they got the lyrics. A lot of joints used to have the lyrics in them, and I think that is the key. We got to throw the car in reverse. You got to throw the car in reverse. Everything happens in cycles, and this is the cycle. I believe we're coming up on a cycle of tangible. If you want to survive and you want to actually still be able to wake up as a talented individual and pull a dollar out the air off pure talent, you're gonna have to, I think, transition back to tangible products for the selling of your music, whether it be a actual CD if you want or whatever, or if it be just a product with a QR code on it to take people to your music. But I think that's definitely where we need to be. And just real quick to bring back on a couple of other points from what you guys, some of the things you guys had expressed, and I admire your passion, Drew, and I share a lot of your same sentiments about how I would not indulge AI. The thing that I don't know, because Lashia did mention it, the thing that I don't know if we might understand the degree to how we will be drip fed AI and how they blur lines and transition things. It's almost like when loops came into effect when it came to making beats and stuff. and people were saying, "Oh, you should use loops. Should you use loops? Don't you use loops?" But at this point, it's the lines are so blurred you can't always readily tell. Now, a professional producer can tell, but the masses we're talking about, the people that consume music, it's like saying I don't eat chicken, but if you slip the recipe with chicken in it and you didn't know because you wasn't there for the conception of it, yeah, you might be eating chicken. Not that, and I understand that by choice you would not consume nor support. However, we don't know how they're going to drip feed and exactly how long it will take to detect all the non-people that we're listening to, or maybe have already been listening to. And the other point that I was thinking about, as far as with Suno, what makes Sunos particularly dangerous, in my opinion, one of the things that makes it really dangerous is they didn't just go and copy a bunch of popular music or intake a bunch of popular music. They went to the belly, they went to the underground, they went to the people. So it puts them in a position to create music unlike anything you've heard, because they went to the places where people haven't heard. And I think that's what makes it particularly dangerous. And that's kind of where I stand on it.
I echo that sentiment as well there, Tom. Definitely. In this particular case, this is where I feel like some form of regulation needs to take place, because we know that it's definitely going pretty far, but we don't even know exactly how far it's already been. I mean, it probably could have been doing it probably could have been doing something else that we don't even know about, but they're not necessarily going to tell us. We'll just have to find out how we've been finding things out, unfortunately. But again, I feel like we need to find ways in order to have it to where our creativity and our promotion of our creativity isn't compromised over this, because now it's going to get to the point where we as a human we as humans creating and using our inspiration to be able to do the things that we do is going to become 100% irrelevant if we don't do something about it. I mean, I feel like it all starts with having more exposure to where these inspirations came from, more so than, okay, well, this is just what's hip now. But I mean, I can only speak for myself as a consumer, and I just wish that there'd be more, there was more like-minded like minds out there that I mean, hopefully there is. I mean, maybe there is, chances are there not. But I feel like as consumers, we just need to wisen up. Excuse me. We need to wisen up. We need to seriously wisen up, because it's crazy. Yeah, we know and we see, and we're quick to identify that these things are not real, but for some odd reason, okay, we see that that's what's bringing in money, and of course, capitalism is definitely a big thing here in America. So we're gonna go with what's going to bring some type of income in to our pockets somehow, some way. I don't know. Somehow, some way, we need to. Hey, the title of your thing, think different. Simple as that. Somehow, some way, we need to promote the essence of where we ourselves, I mean, it's unfortunate that most of our inspiration in regards to music is not with us anymore. Either that, or they're no longer creating, or they're no longer interested in creating, or I mean, or there's some that are still creating, but maybe not necessarily at the rate or at the volume that they were before at one point in time. But
Mhm.
the thing about it is, like, we still need to maintain the human element in our music
Yeah,
somehow, some way.
yep. To your
It
point,
needs to be preserved.
yeah, to your point, Drew, you're absolutely right, and Tone, you're correct as well. Um, you know, my solution, really quickly, my final thought and my solution to this would be, as far as uh giving human artists a fighting chance, we do have to get back to creating because we love creating and not for the capitalistic side of things. Yeah, we all want to make money doing what we do, but when people get so focused on the dollar and get caught up in, oh, let's use negativity to sell our album, let's, drive sales. I think it with the streaming made things so bad. And that's why, Tone, when you said bring back the tangible element of being an artist, having a physical CD, having a physical thing that people can have, that will help give us a fighting chance, because then they'll bring the money back to the human artists, and we'll be able to compete with these AI generated artists, because and then also the originality has to come back. People have to be more original with their music, not just riding the wave or biting off another artist or taking, it's okay to write based off of, okay, you get inspired. It's a difference between being inspired and just biting completely. Like, it's times when I listen to songs and I guess just to fill this one little empty space, they's like, oh, well, let me just sing the exact words from another song because I'm using that beat anyway. And we've seen it happen time and time again. And we allow it to happen. We gotta start being, like, gotta start putting our feet down and saying, listen, no. Just like we don't want to support AI generated artists, we shouldn't be supporting people that take from other artists, period, and try to present work as their own by just putting a few little words over top of it, or taking somebody's beat and saying, okay, well, you know now the only person that I like doing this, like Coco Jones. She took and she had the Rain soundtrack, the Rain beat by SWV, and she's turned around, she made a whole nother song that didn't have nothing to do with the other concept. That's okay, because you're showing me this can also be done with this beat. But when you're taking the beat, the melody, the concept, you're like, oh, that just infuriates me. It infuriates me. But I did get a little symbol from Shiva Lafar, my right hand man, in the comments, my executive producer. He said we are running on time. So that's pretty much my final thought on everything. Just like Tone said, bring back a tangible element, and also, like Drew said, just get back to like not worry so much about the capitalistic side of things, and get back to that passion, bring back that music. I want to thank you guys for joining me on Think Different TV. It's always a pleasure, Tone Artist, to have you on the show. You've been on several times. The very first time he was on Think Different TV was episode 10, when I interviewed him as an artist. If y'all want to go back in the archive, season 1, episode 10, that was a really deep episode. And then he came on and he
he was my special guest, and I interviewed him. I want to thank Drew Decker for coming on to the show, and first timer, and being able to contribute to the conversation in such an eloquent way. So I want to thank both of y'all for sharing y'all time with me tonight, because I know y'all could be anywhere, but y'all decided to be here with me, little old me, Lashia from Philly.
Thank you. Appreciate the invitation. This won't be the last time.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. Y'all both are always welcome. And now that I already have the picture set up.
Woo woo. Definitely appreciate the invite. And I appreciate the introduction, meeting Drew. This is cool.
Likewise, Tom. Likewise. Let's make something happen, man.
Yeah, buddy.
That's why I'm here. I make connections. So we're gonna let Tone the artist and Drew Decker go. But again, we Think Different TV thanks both of y'all for coming through and sharing your point of view. And we actually have a new episode for our AI series next week, where we're going to start talking about how AI is being used to scam people. Okay, like taking our voices, normal people's voices and likenesses, and scamming their family members into sending money and doing some crazy stuff. So that is something that is happening. We're going to touch on that. But in the meantime, in between time, once again, I want my audience, those who are left in the audience right now, clap it up for these guys and show them a lot of love for joining me here on Think Different TV. Thank you, guys. All right, so that concludes this episode of Think Different TV. I didn't get to everything that I wanted to. I had some slides and stuff, but guess what, guys? We running on time. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna close out the show with our TDTV music video of the week, "Paparazzi" by Forever the Rebel, featuring Cody Shane, and that pretty much would be it. And then next week, because we were supposed to do a What the Helly of the Week, but we'll just do it next week. And that's it. So I hope you guys got a lot of value out of what I've shown you tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves in the comments. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in tonight. If you are watching the replay right now, thank you so much. Thank you so much, so much. Make sure when you leave your comments underneath this video, you hashtag replay and fire away. All right. Think Different TV is not just a brand, it is a network. We have several shows on the network, and the network could not be made possible without viewers like you and our sponsor, Euphoria Water, which is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way, get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG at Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, contact Captain at 267-707-8279. On the lineup, the network, we have, in my opinion, with Think Different TV's Lashia every Sunday, Think Different TV, which is every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Think Different TV's Player Pass every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we have Terrell going up against Miss Angie Styles, who will be victorious. Who knows? Tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to find out. And just a reminder, November 11th will be the last and final episode of Think Different TV's Player Pass game show until we can do some rebranding, okay? It's not going away forever. It's just we need to take a little pause for the cause. And then on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Think Different TV, which is a show on patreon.com/TDTV. Is where Dirty Minds meet. Karma Sutra and RC are the hosts, and they get down and dirty with the topics, okay? So once again, I love you guys. I hope y'all have a great week. Enjoy y'all week, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
I'm coming in hot.
Hey, this is your favorite niece, Aaliyah. You're watching Think Different TV, hosted by Lashia, and this is the music video of the week.
bitch. Started ask for me, bitch. Ask for me, bitch. She like, who you coming with? You better ask about me, trick. 50,000 on the fit. Look so good, let's take a pic. We got our hide from the cameras. They can't stick with my stamina. Put a goldie in the fender. I try to say like Miranda. Watch me, they can't stop me. Paparazzi, the way I'm moving is too saucy. When I'm all shit, see me popping out, shit they talking, yeah they salty. Pop, 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 paparazzi. Paparazzi, paparazzi, pop, 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 paparazzi, pop, 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 pop. Hit a station, then I kill the pussy, that's a murder. Double homicide, and then I lie, now that's a purger. On another planet, smoking shit that you ain't heard of. Ballin' like I'm Irvin, bitch, I'm tryna turn up. I can feel them watching me, I can feel the eyes on me. I've been talking to the wall, if I listen, they talk back to me. Paranoid, I'm in Illinois, tryna put up on me. Buying toys just to fill the void. Nigga, this shit ain't fake. Watch me, they can't stop me. Paparazzi, the way I'm moving is too saucy. When I'm all shit, see me popping out, shit they talking, yeah they salty. Pop, 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 pop. Paparazzi! Paparazzi, pop, 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 paparazzi, pop, 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 paparazzi, pop, 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 pop.
I just want the back end, I just want a best friend. I just put the 10 on the whip, you do the guessing. Can't triple cost the revving, roll 7s, 11s. So I talk to God like I just came back from heaven. This bitch shit too messy, I ain't send no message. All these fucking chains in this range, they get hectic. She like TMZ, she can't come to my section. They say I'm insane, I don't never learn my lesson.
Watch me, they can't stop me. Paparazzi, I'm moving is too saucy. When I'm all shit, see me popping out, shit they talking, yeah they salty. Pop, 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 paparazzi. 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 Pop, 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 pop.
GoFundMe is not life insurance. The time for life insurance is now.
I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind.
But the secret is you got to coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. See, you got to coordinate.
Uh-oh, which one of these competitors will be victorious on this episode of Think Different TV's Player Pass? Find out by tuning in Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. Say hello to America's new favorite game show, Think Different TV's Play or Pass. Get ready to experience trivia like never before. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you play the game. Join our charismatic host Bubbles every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the most exhilarating trivia battles on television. As we wrap up our incredible first season, we're gearing up for an even more exciting season 2 in 2025. We're looking for sharp minds and strategic thinkers to join us for one-on-one duels, thrilling team battles, and high-energy tournaments for high school and college students. Think you've got what it takes to outsmart the competition? Prove it! Become a contestant by calling 267 225-1824 or emailing lashiastar2@gmail.com. Think Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet.
You're the reason I